E aí, pra quem não me conhece, eu sou Dusky e hoje nós estamos aqui para continuar o modo história de Genshin Impact. E também para investigar um mistério que houve aqui, né, no episódio passado. Bem, acabou tendo aqui o show de magia do Linnei e parece que acabamos tendo uma vítima por causa disso. E agora a Conte está acusando o Linnei e a gente está aqui em defesa dele. Nós vamos ter que investigar o caso para ver o que realmente aconteceu aqui. Tá. Ah não, a gente podia começar por ali. Não, beleza. Vamos ver o que tem aqui para investigar. Cara, eu acho que eu recebi um item, né? Pra isso. Onde é que ele tá aqui? Não, na verdade eu só posso vir aqui mesmo investigar, então tá de boa. Vamos ver essa corda aqui queimada.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Que era essa corda aqui que tava segurando essa caixa. Só que parece que
That
alguém
looks
acabou
pretty
queimando ela.
durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Então Lini não percebeu que essa era uma questão de segurança? Ou
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
só estou olhando onde a corda partiu?
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material.
É,
Most
queimou
of it was
realmente a
burned
corda.
away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Parece ser inflamável. Como um tipo de algodão.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Corda especial. Tá aí pra quem quiser ler. Eu não vou parar pra ficar lendo isso daí não, porque senão vai ocupar muito tempo de vídeo. Na verdade tem que apertar R2 aí, o livrozinho ali em cima. Ah tá, são as evidências. Aqui embaixo, as pessoas que provavelmente podem estar envolvidas. Tá, esse aqui é a pessoa que morreu. Identidade do falecido. Que é a corda que a gente encontrou. E o relatório. Beleza. Aqui foi onde a caixa caiu. Ah, eu quase esqueci. Também tem uma mulher desaparecida. A gente não terminou de investigar, não? Será que a gente tem que conversar com o policial ali atrás, então? O que mais aqui tem pra gente investigar?
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Tem a caixa. É, tem a caixa. Não, aí a gente investiga o corpo. Tem a corda. Tem a caixa. Vou dar uma olhada pra cá. Olha o tamanho dessa cortina.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
Bem, então qualquer pessoa que tivesse o mesmo número da máquina ia ser escolhido?
I'm sure you already know that you have to make
E
a
se não tivesse
reservation
ninguém?
in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Obrigado, desculpa ter incomodado.
Even though it's bad for Lenny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Seletor de números aleatórios, que como podemos ver não é tão aleatório assim. Então, vamos ver se esse cara aqui sabe de alguma coisa. Não tem como conversar com ele. E outros dois aqui atrás. Tá, também não tem como conversar com ele.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Você poderia nos dizer quem é ela? Somos advogados, eu Linei.
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Ok, obrigado por nos contar tudo aqui. Ok, obrigado por nos contar
No
tudo
need
isso.
to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Informações sobre a identidade da senhorita desaparecida. Ok, parece que não é só uma. Parece que tem mais algumas também. Pô, mas tudo na mesma idade? E tudo no mesmo lugar? Tá, tem alguma coisa pra investigar por aqui.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, all right?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
É verdade, não houve uma explosão? Assim, bem antes da cutscene. Parece que houve uma explosão dentro da caixa.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Mas espera, a Lynette é a Nemo.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right.
Mas se bem que a Nemo pode espalhar pyro, né? Então, nesse caso, o tanque de água não teria balançado um pouco?
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
Som estranho durante o show de mágica. Ah, realmente houve uma explosãozinha. Mas realmente não foi algo que nem eu mesmo prestei muita atenção. Por falar nela, quem tá aqui?
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Tá, não falou nada muito importante.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Opa, madame! Eu achei que você demorava a aparecer.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Acho que eu vou demorar pra lembrar desse nome.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it.
Eu realmente vou demorar.
And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
É aquele bichinho que tá barrando a entrada.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Então você também quer investigar?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now! But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Ah, sim, claro.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
E eu já tô querendo uma briga com ela.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Eu acho que eu também tô começando a achar que a Arcon só quer ver o circo pegar fogo.
Well, what's your
Ou no
opinion?
caso, o teatro.
I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Quando você fala desse jeito,
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well?
bem, nem sempre, pra ser sincero.
And why would that be?
Isso torna fácil com que a verdade seja deixada de lado. Um assunto tão sério não deveria ser tratado como entretenimento.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Eu me pergunto a mesma coisa.
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Acho que você tá entendendo errado, Paimon. Então você já concordou, entendo.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
Rapazinho.
And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Ok. Eu não vou negar que isso foi meio inesperado. É você que tá barrando isso daqui? Ele tem que conversar com ele.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
E conta durante o show.
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Ah, Meluzinho. Esse é o nome de vocês.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Eu não acho que eu também vou lembrar tão rápido assim. Entradas e saídas da ópera explicentes. Epicência. Ah!
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Eu ainda não consigo chegar ali onde a Arconte está. Tem como eu escalar por aqui? Geralmente é impossível você escalar dentro de algum local. Não tem como. Depois eu arrumo um jeito de subir lá em cima. Um jeito de cair é meio fácil, né?
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. No seu horário aqui dentro.
Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Acho que a nave é outra que combinaria perfeitamente com a ficha.
I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Vamos para baixo?
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick.
Ah, não.
But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Não me diga que isso é mini domínio.
Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
A parte de trás da porta não é a mesma?
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Espera, isso significa... Existe uma outra caixa dentro dessa?
Exactly. Alright, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Se existe outra caixa dentro dessa... Então outra caixa foi destruída... Pera aí, então agora desapareceu, então tá dentro da outra caixa?
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
Essa passagem ligava as duas caixas.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place.
Então talvez agora desaparecida não esteja tão desaparecida assim.
The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Então o que aconteceu do seu lado no truque?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
Ok, depois eu vou ter que ver a cutscene de novo.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Muito planejamento foi colocado nisso.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
O truque de mágica. Estrutura da caixa mágica do palco. Estrutura da caixa mágica do espectador. Ok, ó. Eu não acho que era pra estar isso assim, hein? Mas será que houve briga da garota que foi escolhida junto com a assistente? E sem querer ela deve ter jogado a assistente em cima disso daqui? Assim levando ele lá pra cima? Cara, se for isso, nós vamos ter um problema bem mais grave do que esperado.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Mais um adereço.
Oh, hi, my nose! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Vaso quebrado. É, pode realmente ter acontecido alguma briga aqui.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right? Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Linny não comentou sobre uma mudança de roupa?
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them? Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Desde quando a Paimon mudou o óculos? Roupa é da moça. Agente Pamonha. Esse é o nome do detetive da Paimon agora. Agente Pamonha. Nota prisão e necessidade para concluir este show de mágica. E os três são perfeitos para fazer o carrinho continuar em seu caminho designado. Tá. Espera aí. Não. É aqui. Oh. Todo tipo de adereços, trajes estão enfiados dentro de um jeito muito bagunçado. Tá, mais roupas. Observação do carrinho plataforma. O carrinho é crucial para transportar a caixa mágica para o outro lado. O assassino deve ter usado isso para executar o plano. Então um cara que não é a pessoa, é outra caixa. Então aumenta ainda mais suspeitas, hein? Por falar nisso, onde exatamente está a outra caixa? Este deve ser o dispositivo de controle para o carrinho. Ele deve ser capaz de operar automaticamente. Eu não tinha visto isso, eu tava olhando pra escada ali do lado.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Peraí, Linne não comentou sobre isso.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Corda com gancho derrubada. Ok, temos bebidas aqui, não tem como investigar. Temos caixas. Tá, vamos observar caminho. Hoje tem mais alguma coisa aqui que derrubaram. Pera aí. Parece que eu pude investigar aqui. Cadê? Aqui.
What is this place?
Isso me parece com uma ventilação.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Oh!
Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Ainda aqueles que passaram pelas caixas mágicas, Linne e Linette estavam nas duas caixas mágicas.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Ventilação do túnel.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Cara, acho que sim, seria meio pequeno para duas pessoas ao mesmo tempo passar por aqui. Mas se uma pessoa passar e outra tivesse uma corda, eu acho que não seria tão difícil assim não, cara.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
Bem, parece que é o caso.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance, and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
Agora Arquina também?
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinante.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Agora Arquina não era meio que uma balança e ficava ali atrás da cortina?
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? I thought Novelet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Isso é óbvio, né?
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Será que eu não penso em outra coisa além de comida?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
Agora não é hora de ser exigente, Paimon.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Breaking out suddenly
Falando
doesn't
nisso,
seem
quando é
like
que a
such a bad idea
Paimon
after all.
mudou o óculos dela de novo? Paimon.
Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
A Paimon acabou de encontrar alguém como ela.
Stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snack soon enough.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Deve ser algo do Espina de Rosula. Cara, vai demorar muito pra falar esse nome, pelo amor de Deus.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Ah, mas não tem como tancar esses caras. Hã? Não é isso que a Pam quis dizer com fazer mais coisas. Calma.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
Calma aí, moça.
Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try, fresh out of the oven. There's 3 for each of us.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Ou na pior das hipóteses, você acaba tendo um ataque de overdose.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Ah, obrigado. Aliás, por que vocês também não descansam um pouco?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Pera aí, eles não têm ainda o irmão mais novo que a gente encontrou no começo? Antes de vir pra ópera?
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
Então, fora os gêmeos, temos a jovem moça que desapareceu e os 2 falecidos.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Bem, como eu suspeitava. Poderia muito bem ter ocorrido alguma briga lá dentro.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
Que não existe prova de que essa terceira pessoa existe.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
Mas será que ela tinha entendimento suficiente de como o truque de mágica funcionava?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Está tranquilo. Se você comeu eles, você comeu eles. Oi, tá tudo bem. Todos sabem como você ama comer, Paimon.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you?
É porque eu te conheço. Você sabe, né? A gente não spawnou Iteivade ontem.
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Oh, não precisa fazer isso não.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
Meu Deus. Não, velho. Vocês estão dando mais gatilho pra Paimon comer mais. Ah, se bem que eu não vou gastar, né? Não. Fica à vontade. Não vou precisar gastar meu recurso mesmo. Pode ficar à vontade.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Por que você conferiu tudo de novo, cara?
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Possibilidade de uma terceira pessoa estar envolvida.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
Ok, como eu pensava. As coisas não vão terminar ainda nesse vídeo. Ainda vai ter bem mais um pouquinho de coisa pra gente fazer. Bem, mas até conseguimos um progresso bem bom. Nós descobrimos que a pessoa provavelmente foi raptada. Não necessariamente desapareceu. Houve briga lá embaixo. Provavelmente, porque a roupa dela tava lá e tinha vaso quebrado. E que a Paimon trocou de óculos 2 vezes, além de comer pra caramba. E eu não precisava gastar meu recurso pra isso, e eu tô bem feliz, pra falar a verdade. Bem, então esse foi o vídeo, espero que tenham gostado. Não se esqueça de se inscrever e deixar o like. A gente se vê então no próximo vídeo. Valeu!